Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to No Man's Sky.
No, more like No Man's Lie. Ah! There's been like so much. There's been.
Oh, great.
What the?
Oh, that was where I died. Yeah, so I died off camera.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah, look, I don't want to talk about it. I made a mistake. I was trying to do something, and then I attacked another ship, and I was not prepared for the consequences.
Oh, nice. You should sell some of your shit.
I already did.
You should sell some of the shit you just picked up.
No, I did all that stuff off camera, so I'm in a pretty good position now.
You're in
yeah. So I'm in a pretty good position right now. Yeah, so I goofed a little bit. And as a result, I died when I attacked some other ships because I was like, I'll give the space warfare a crack. You know what I mean?
Is it any good?
I don't know because I died immediately because I'm bad at video games. I assume.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thormium is also in space.
Oh, that's. I had a feeling it probably would have been.
Which is handy.
Yeah, because you wouldn't.
It's
you
not
wouldn't
all
be
medias. Different colored medias give you different shit.
Because you wouldn't be able to get to like planets if you weren't able to refill thormium while out in space. Like that just makes sense from a resource perspective.
It basically means that you don't necessarily. Well, the thing is, there aren't always media belts where you're going. So you do need thormium.
You can just aimlessly float around until you find one.
Until you find some, exactly. And space is full of meteors, so.
Yeah, apparently.
So one of my so I don't want to complain about this game again because we've done a lot of that, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. I think one of the biggest problems. My microphone is not facing the right way. Sorry about that. One of my biggest problems with it. I don't know. Problem is the wrong word. One of the biggest struggles I've had with this game so far is that it basically is just like, okay, here's a thing that you've got. Now you need to get more of it, and then you need to get more of it again until you just have finished the game.
So
which is fine, but like you need something else. Like it's just missing the next step in the system. It just doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
It's a shame.
When we finish it, I guess, and we'll talk about it once we're done. Because I don't know, the ending...
Gary Zakiffin!
And we can rename these in the options menu, so what would you like to call this plan? Have a think.
Professor Oak's butthole.
I don't think you can do profanities?
Professor Oak's chocolate starfish. Just chocolate starfish.
Chocolate starfish is good.
Yeah. Looks like a piece of shit anyway.
Wow. Rude. Okay, let's get inside first so we don't waste out.
I downloaded Star Citizen.
Oh, is that out?
It's like in perpetual alpha.
Because I watched that gameplay footage and it looks way too good to be good.
Yeah, well, so that stuff isn't out yet. That stuff's a lie. It's not
a lie, Ben. It's just not finished.
There's like 2 teams working on the game currently. There's like 1 team working on
reinforced steel. What?
Destroy it. You have to shoot it. There's like 1 team working on. Man, that's a lot of bullets.
Fuck.
There's like 1 team working on.
This isn't new.
Oh,
I have a grenade. I have a grenade launcher now.
Your sentinels are attacking.
Oh, shit. Where is he?
Right there, apparently. So there's like 1 team working on like the city areas, and there's 1 team working on sort of the. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, my grenade launcher's dope.
Yeah. Working on sort of the what is it? Like the open world space thing. And like
spacey space. Oh, yeah, so 1 team's working on like the story-based kind of.
Yeah, the ground areas, and 1 team's working on space.
Interesting.
Shit. And like, I opened the game and I put all the graphics on like max because I'm like, yeah, may as well see what it's like.
Yeah, well, you got a new card in your system.
Yeah, and I go to the city area, and it is actually the best looking game I've ever played in my life.
Really?
Like, I stepped outside, I just looked around, and I just went, fuck me, this game looks amazing. Like, this cityscape they've made actually looks incredible. So I was like, well, damn, that's... Oh, jeez. All of the sentinels have been deployed.
What's this shit? Yeah, I know, I need to get out of here quick.
So I was like, well, this is fine. And like, I walked around for a bit, spent some of my money that I had, because I was like, I have a bunch of shit, because I was like a backer. So they was like, yeah, have a bunch of stuff. You can create warp cells. You already know how to make warp cells. So, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I was like, well, how do I play the game? Like, how do I make money? And this guy on the chat was just like, oh, you go out and like do missions in the space areas. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, how do you get to the space from like the city? And he's like, you can go to this customs place, which I assume is like space customs, where you can just exit through the main menu and go into the like the space area through that, and I couldn't find customs because I just got lost in the city. So like I was just get out.
The fact that you got lost in the city means that the city's big enough to get lost in.
It was less that I got lost in the city, more I just couldn't find the customs. So I was like, I'm just gonna exit out of the menu. So I get out of the menu and I go into the space thing, and like, it's kind of cool because they spawn you in like a space station in like the sleeping areas, and you kind of like they actually built like big ass space stations that you can kind of like walk around in and do all this different shit. And you sort of spawn because when you back the game, you get given sort of a couple of basic ships, and they spawn in like I spawn in like the ship that I had, which is just like this simple sort of general purpose fleeter thing.
Yeah.
It's like single person kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, hop in, fly around for a bit. And it's like, the space section kind of sucks. Well, no, there's sections of it which are interesting. I wouldn't say fun, particularly.
Okay.
Like, currently, the only missions you can do are just, like, go around and repair things. Because, you know, it's just kind of, there isn't much of the game yet. Like, the game looks okay. But probably the most interesting thing is the flight mechanics. Because they did like a big part of the game has just been like, oh, full sort of like full proper Newtonian flying mechanics, and it's like fucking whatever, who gives a shit. But when you get it, like when you're just flying around, the ship has like, you know, onboard computers or whatever that do most of the sort of corrections for you, so you kind of just point and aim where you want to go,
and then
the
it
ship
just kind of
flies you
goes,
there.
yeah.
But like, if you take damage from like a pirate ship, which you can like you see occasionally, and if they damage one of your thrusters, it actually affects the handling of your ship.
Yeah.
Where like I managed to get damaged where like it was like my left sort of like my left thruster, the thruster that sort of helped me turn to the right, so it was on the left, got damaged. So if I ever like turned to the left, I would be able to turn that way easily, but it would take a really long time to correct itself. Because the thruster on the left that was
cool.
countering
my
left turn was really weak, and I was like, fuck, this is insane. And I was like, wow, this is really cool and really deep. It's good and all, but then I had the issue where like I got into a fight and I lost like all of my rotational thrusters. All I had was just like my spin with the thing move you're just doing there, and like my booster, and that's all I had left.
That's amazing.
And I was like, I don't want to just, and I figured out early because I'd done something really stupid that if you lose your ship or if your ship gets damaged, you can just quit and rejoin and it'll just respawn everything.
Yeah.
Because it's an alpha. I'll tell the story of how I figured that out. It was pretty funny. And I was like, well, I don't want to just pussy out. I want to see if I can land this thing and like, you know, like get it repaired.
Yeah.
So I spent like 10 minutes wrestling this ship,
trying to get it down,
to dock to a space station. It was like the most fucking goddamn what's that film? The Michael Mahogany.
I'm sorry.
Film. Matthew Mahogany.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew
Interstellar.
McConaughey. Yeah, Interstellar.
What the? Hang on. Just the fact you were like Matthew Mahogany.
Matthew
And I was
Mahogany.
like,
Oh, jeez, that's the space station. Yeah, Matthew Mahogany.
Ben, you're.
I know what his name.
Fucking. That was not even close.
So yeah, Interstellar.
The Matthew Mahogany space film, and I was like, oh, is it called Matthew Mahogany? Have I not seen it?
No, Matthew McConaughey.
Fucking goddamn Ben. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, it was like the most Interstellar shit where it's just like I was like trying to rotate at the same speed of the space station.
Whoa, I fucked up.
You boosted,
happened?
yeah.
I didn't.
You just boosted past. That's
How?
For sure.
I didn't hit the boost button.
You can I don't know. There's a way to like half boost.
Yeah, it's.
I forgot what it is though.
Well, if you hold these down, it just does a normal pulse engine boost.
There is a way to boost though without pulse engine. I don't know how though.
I just did it by accident.
Yeah. Anyway,
Whoops.
So
sorry guys.
It's probably going to talk about the Star
Well,
Citizen.
is it?
Well, the way I found out that I had to that I could quit and rejoin to get my ship back was I was going at like full speed and I hopped out of the piloting seat, and you can do that. You can walk around your ship while it's moving because it's Newtonian. It'll just keep going because physics.
Because space.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And because my ship is so small, like the the sort of trigger area for like my bay doors and my piloting seat are like right next to each other.
Yeah.
And it's super finicky. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll just hop back into the piloting seat. And I press F to like get back into the seat. And then my character fucking unlocks the hatch. And I'm like, no. And then like just hops out into space. And I'm like, you dumb motherfucker. And I turn around and my ship is just like,
That's so
it's
spicy.
just like 9,000 meters.
And you're like, cool.
18,000 meters. And I'm like, fuck.
I fucked up. That's so
and I'm
good.
just stuck in space. And I'm like, well. And I have like a little jetpack. And I'm like, no, come back, ship. And I'm like, jetpacking towards my ship as fast as I can.
But the
It's
ship's
just
still
flying
going at like
up
full
into the distance
speed.
at full speed. And I'm like, god damn.
Dude, that's amazing.
So that was my time in Star Citizen.
You fucked up good.
I mean, it's an okay game. It'll take a long time before it's fun.
Is it
but
still
I mean,
under EULA or anything?
like NDA? No, it's completely open.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Weird, I haven't seen more of it then.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's not much to the game, so
Okay.
I don't know. It might be under NDA. I doubt it. I haven't signed anything, so yeah. Star Citizen. Anyway, next time on New
Yeah.
Man's Sky.